Y'all know when she get this face, when Daenerys get this face, it's lit. You don't want to hear her talking to you like this. You don't want to hear the Khaleesi talking to you like this. You heard? You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear Khaleesi, the Dragon Queen, talking to you like that. You don't want to see that look on her face, man. That look is on her face. She coming back for what's hers, man. You see it out here happening, and they playing it, you know what I'm saying, through their mythology and shit like that. But we're gonna have some fun with Daenerys and Dracarys and the Game of Thrones that they playing right in front of us. You know what I'm saying? Roll Radio, tap in. All right, so boom. We got Hollywood burn. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood's burning. The Palisades is burning, right? So they love to play their mythologies. They love to play their mythologies through our lifestyle, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So as humans move around, you know what I'm saying, they love to play polarity. So you see a lot of times black and white checkerboard. This versus East Coast versus West Coast is always going to be a polarity in terms of what people are doing, right? So look at what's going on right now. Today actually being, what's today? January 11th that I'm doing this on. But look at the LA fires and what's burning over there, and then the East Coast ice. As of right now, it's actually snowing in New York. So in LA, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of snow, but it's still snowing. So in LA, the Pacific, on the West Coast, they got the fires, and we know that they've been blazing them joints for a while, a few days now. And then on the East Coast, they got ice. Atlanta had, I think, some snow, which normally doesn't get so. Texas had snow. Some places that normally don't get no snow, getting snow. You know what I'm saying? So they're using whatever they're using to make this polarity happen. They are now using the world as a chessboard. They have the technology to do that. It's in our minds and stuff like that through the religions and media and stuff like that. But with the technology that they have now, they playing the chessboard on a global, let's say, level, a planetary level. You know what I'm saying? So LA fires, East Coast ice, Biggie versus Pac. You know what I'm saying? The Night King versus Daenerys. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. So let's use the Game of Thrones as context here. You know what I'm saying? So in using it as context, we are still in the year of the dragon. You know what I'm saying? Right now, until the Chinese New Year of the dragon, which China is an up-and-coming power. They've been a power for a long time. You know what I'm saying? On the east, you know what I'm saying? In the eastern part of the world, they're a huge power. So we're in the year of the dragon until February. So shit is going to light up between now and the year of the snake, when the weasels come out and they start snaking for shit that they not making true to their promises and all of the stuff that people had thought coming to them. You're gonna see a lot of snake behavior, but also within the snake, there's a lot of rebirthing and stuff going on. But let's focus on the dragon right now, right? In the Game of Thrones as a reference point. So think of the dragons. Think of the dragons as heart machines, right? Or whatever they got going on. That's weather manipulation. The technology that they use for weather manipulation that's causing the ice in Texas and or in North Carolina when we had that snow, and then also in LA. You know what I'm saying? Where there's fires and there's constant fires going on out there, but a lot of it is manufactured. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the weather, desert areas and stuff like that, dry areas help. But if you look into it, come on, man, it's manufactured and manipulated. So polarity is always used in symbolism, right? So what also happened, you know what I'm saying, that drove up to this, which was interesting, was where is it at? So homeboy opened up, the Pope opened up 5 holy doors starting Christmas Eve, right? So the Pope, you know what I'm saying, is big in obviously this world as well. So the Pope opens up the holy doors on the 24th. This is Game of Thrones as well, because if you look at the Pope and Francis, this is Pope Francis, right? Don't he look just like, this is how they put the symbolism in. He looked just like the High Septon who took on Cersei and almost took over the Game of Thrones or the Red Keep and all of that, the main world, Westeros and all of that, which is the Western world. He almost took that over, and he looked damn near just like Francis. It's the same person. Here he looked, that's the High Septon, and here's Francis, right? So the Pope opens up the five holy doors, and he opened it up in a prison to symbolically show niggas that they, niggas is in a prison, in a prison system. You know what I'm saying? That's that. He opened up the doors to suffering. What the Pope did was open up the doors to suffering, and then this was empowered by everybody unconsciously or consciously collectively celebrating Christmas the very next day. So they do this shit on purpose. They got this shit lined up. Like, you got what you gonna do, and what show you gonna go to, what entertainment you're gonna watch next, what you gonna do on your birthday, what you gonna do on so-and-so's birthday. You know what I'm saying? They got this shit lined up astrologically to what they want to do and what their mythologies play out and so on. It's like, you know what I mean? It's a huge worldwide psyop or huge like game for them. And they look at human beings as cattle, you know what I'm saying, as sheep. And niggas is definitely sheeped into the thing of Christmas, whether you want to celebrate it or not. You have to, because everywhere you go, everybody got Christmas shit up all over the place. It's all in the movies, it's all in the media, it's all in, everybody's finding a way to celebrate fucking Christmas one way or another. So boom, all right, as the Pope, let's open up 5 holy doors, right, in the prison on Christmas Eve. So everybody that now opens up, celebrates Christmas, collectively gives the energy to the Pope, you know what I'm saying, who's attached to Jesus and all of that, you know what I'm saying, who people celebrate as his birthday, or the sun, and the sun going into the solstice and all of that. However you want to couch it, the Rome runs that energy, you know what I'm saying? So the collective consciousness of the humans celebrate Christmas on Christmas. So now you open up the door, and then the door they open in is a quote-unquote demonic door. It's a door to their angels, to their gods, to their beings, to their energies. And the Pope ain't somebody that, I want to be fucking with, and, you know what I'm saying, in regards to, like, the stuff that's happening with the child molestation and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So they open up the doors on the 24th. 25th, the ignorant humans celebrate Christmas. So now that gives all the energy to these doors being open, the 5 holy doors. And if you notice the 5 holy doors that's open, if you look at the symbology in the fires that's been happening, it's been 5 dead, and then now 10 dead. So they're operating on the 5 and 10 schedule. So that's a Saturn schedule, 5 hands, you know what I'm saying, 10 digits, all that 0 and 1s. If you look up, that ties into Saturn and time and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But you got to tap in deeper if you want to understand that type of information. So boom, so the Pope, so they, niggas are celebrating Christmas to 25th. The doors is open on the 24th. The Pope is the gatekeeper to Christ. Symbolically, Jesus, who people celebrating for Christmas for, Christ, Christmas, Xmas, Christmas. Xmas is the Satan part, Christmas is the Christ part. And Jesus gave Peter, who was the first Pope, the keys to heaven. So this nigga's opened up the keys to heaven. Who's heaven? Their heaven, you know what I'm saying? Their demons, their people that run everybody. So now here come everybody praying and celebrating in Christmas and giving their energy, you know what I'm saying, to this. Now they're giving those same prayers that they opened up on the Christmas time. They using, let's say, billions of people celebrating Christmas. They got all that energy symbolic because they hold the intellectual, spiritual property to Christ. The Pope is the gatekeeper to Christ. Jesus gave the keys to Peter, who was the first Pope, the keys to heaven. And when he gave him the keys to heaven, it says here, at the bottom, Jesus, who gave Peter the keys to heaven and the powers of binding and loosing. Binding and loosening what? You bind demons. You loosen demons. That's what the fuck they loosening now with this Game of Thrones shit they got going on. Shooting out the dragons and their heart machines and their technologies. And that's they way of serving their gods that they got going on. And incorporating into this technocratic world, digital world that we're going into with HARP and all the other stuff that they doing. So boom, so he gave the keys to Christ. Everybody's praising the Lord and Jesus and all of that, going to church, doing whatever they're doing on Christmas, giving all that energy to all of that. And then now, you know what I'm saying, now here come everybody with prayers for, Hollywood, prayers for LA, everybody, prayers to LA, oh man, everybody's attached to LA through Hollywood and that's the city of angels. So if you binding and loosening, you know what I'm saying, they binding and loosening, Pope got the keys. They now are loosening and binding their demons to Yah, to humans who gave their energy to Christ, one way, shape, whether through religion, through Christmas, or through one of the actions. And then even people saying, prayers to LA, the city of angels, I bet, well, let's burn this bitch down. And we're going to build up another one, you know what I'm saying, and do whatever we need to do in the meantime. But they running multiple plays at once. It's like quantum shit that they're doing. So they got multiple things going on at once. But the point is that humans are empowering the beast system that feeds off of our suffering. So you think, oh, you just naturally, or you just okay celebrating Christmas with your family. Nah, these niggas is opening up doors, taking your energy, view all the energy, was good, bad, or different, that you celebrating with, and your prayers and all of that, and using that to now invert it, cause the fires, because these are the demons that they use, and then now the demons come out in the city of angels, fallen angels, where Hollywood is. We know how demonic or whatever Hollywood portrays itself to be. And then now everybody's talking about prayers to LA, prayers to the Palisades, and prayers to Center Third. That's crazy. They are running energetic spiritual plays on people. This is literally spiritual warfare. And niggas don't know which way is up. You know what I'm saying? They don't know which way. Oh, prayers to LA, prayers for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is, like, come on, man. Let's figure it out, because they're going to keep getting more empowered by humans giving themselves to these systems thinking that it's innocent. Innocent gets fed. The sheep get fed to the beast. You know what I'm saying? So we know about the water pressure that is turned off in LA, and the people who own the water system is the two people out there that own most of the water, the dams that are out there that dammed off LA. California being Khalifa, that's why they're using Khaleesi with Game of Thrones, and Khalifa, Queen Khalifa, or Kali, you know what I'm saying? The Hindu goddess or whatever, and all of that ties into California, you know what I'm saying? LA, California, right? So we also know about the Palisades, where the famous people's homes who got destroyed, in connection to legal battles and stuff with Diddy and Epstein and all of that. That's about to come out as the new quote-unquote president comes into office, and they want to burn this stuff down before he gets in and does his old sweep or whatever, draining the swamp, right, as whatever he said he was going to do. There's also people's fire insurance policies got denied months ago. They're not going to go into that. The insurance policy companies aren't going to get investigated. You know what I'm saying? Just like the 911 insurance people aren't going to get investigated, and who profited off of that? The Silverstein dude. So there's money plays, there's money grabs, there's land grabs, there's spiritual grabs, there's all kind of shit going on, and people are just in the mix giving their prayers to systems and people and entities and egregores and eidolons and entities that feed off of our fucking suffering. That's the main thing. So when you doing stuff ignorantly, you are sheep. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is your shepherd. So you're doing Christmas, the Pope, all right, we're going to take that energy. Y'all run that play. We take this from there. We'll spiritually can keep doing our rituals to keep you going, so that humans won't know edgewise what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So this is literally what we would call a burnt offering. So we got the Exodus, people leaving Cali. So it's in Exodus, it says he placed the altar of burnt offering near the entrance to the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, and offered it on the burnt offering and the grain offering, just as the Lord commanded him. So as their Lord, their Jesus, the one that people focus on Christmas and whatever else through Christianity, commands him to give a burnt offering. LA is the burnt offering, for the record. You know what I'm saying? Also, it says in this book, if, however, one's offering is from a flock of the sheep or goats, he is to present an unblemished male. This is in Leviticus. You know what I'm saying? So boom, we in the city, the age of Capricorn, or the era of Capricorn right now, the season of Capricorn. So that's the goat. Look up Capricorn. That's the goat, ruled by Saturn. Still ties into Saturn, Jesus, and all of that whole type of time. Who's the sheep? Y'all who celebrate Christmas, y'all who still Christians, y'all who believe in Christ, try to make him black, white, or whatever Chinese or whatever version you want him to be, giving energy. Then y'all give the energy to the burnt offerings of Hollywood. This is Dracarys, the burnt offering of what they're showing you here as the sheep being given to the burnt offering. You know what I'm saying? The burnt offering is LA. And the burnt offering is also, you could also be burnt by ice. So there's the ice part as well. You know what I'm saying? They're just using that to create the polarity, to give the battery up, so that people can continuously give their energy one way or another. You got people you look at the news, mass media. Massachusetts gives their energy to LA. People in New York giving their prayers to LA. People on the East Coast giving their energy to LA. But people have been giving their energy to this burnt offering. Burnt fucking offering. So everybody that is focused on the suffering of what's happening in LA and what's going on in the Palisades and all of that, it's crazy, because like niggas die every day. And we not concerned about what happened. They ran a whole COVID plan over the niggas. Nobody's talking about child pedophilia and how that truly operates, and the whole billions of dollars they're giving up for settlements, and the amount of children affected by molestation and pedophilia and shit like that consistently, that is crazy within itself, within family structures, within religious structures, what we're doing to women, how we even call it history, how people are dying through not just the wars they present to you on a day-to-day basis, what's being happening in these prison systems, in these school systems, what they feeding our children, the glyphosate, the Monsanto, the targeted crack that they in cocaine and heroin and fentanyl that they put through the intelligence. Like nobody, like we prayers to LA. Fuck is niggas talking about? This shit happening all the time, but not everybody wants to send their prayers where they're told to. Are you fucking kidding me? This shit is crazy. So let me burn offering. And whoever's giving the energy up like that are sheep giving up to the burnt offering for these priesthoods that use the spiritual warfare on the people consistently. All right, so boom. So now we have another polarity, right? So there is the Palisades, which is here, which shows where all of the fire is happening, consistently showing you the Palisades. So again, they're playing on polarity, and I'll show you how right now. The polarity that they have in the Palisades is on the West Coast. That's LA, right? So the Palisades there, right, on the West Coast where the quote-unquote fires happen, the rich areas or whatever they got going on over there. There's also the Palisades that they have over here in a place called Inglewood Cliffs. You know what I'm saying? So they got Hollywood on one side, Inglewood on the other, and I'm very familiar. I'm from this area around here, Inglewood Cliffs and all that. The Palisades overlooks New York. Inglewood, or the Palisades, on the other side overlooks the Pacific Ocean. So you have the Atlantic and the Pacific. Although it's on the Hudson River, still close enough for them to do their ritual. So on one side, you have the City of Angels, which is Hollywood and the Palisades. And then on the other side, you have, in a town called Inglewood Cliffs, the Palisades. So you got Palisades, and then you got the Angels in terms of the City of Angels, and then you have the Angels in terms of Angle. Why? Because you changed the vowel. Angle, E-N-G-L-E, is Angle, A-N-G-L-E, and the angle is just the angel. It's the anagram of angel. Angels move in angles, and that's how to use their magic. And how to use their magic is using the magic of wood. Pause. The Hollywood that they use is a magic wood. And the earth sign that we in right now is an earth sign called Capricorn. So they waving their magic wands around the quote-unquote heart machine on these woods, Hollywood on one side, Inglewood on the other side, ice and fire, the fire and ice polarity that we're talking about. And all that stuff comes together to build the burnt offering so they can continue to build their cathedrals of spirituality within people's minds so that we don't even see the plays coming, and keep giving up the energy for burnt offerings as Hollywood burns and is rebuilt into something else. That's the other thing. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood is going to be built into something else, and it's going to be rebuilt as a smart city. So they were saying now, so we can find an article. There was an article that said, oh, here it is. LA wildfires deliberately started to turn Los Angeles into a smart city. Bizarre conspiracy theories. Now, if you're not up on conspiracy theories, then, you know what I'm saying, that's where the facts are at this point. It's better to look into that and figure out what's going on than to hear the news and all of that. So the wildfires they're gonna burn down the cities, clean up whatever they need to clean up, and then create the City of Angels for the new fallen angels, which they're gonna bring in through smart cities, 5G, Wi-Fi, 6G, whatever's coming up next, and all they got with all of their technologies and Elon Musk and the Doge Department of whatever energy and all of that with the new system that they got playing out. So again, these plays, you have to be aware. You don't have to be, but I choose to be aware of all of the plays that are happening to be able to see how to move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't see the polarity from the fire and ice, from the Hollywood, from the Palisades on the West Coast to the Palisades on the East Coast, the ice on one side, the fire on the other side, the Hollywood and Inglewood. Inglewood is Angel out. You know what I'm saying? I'm from that area. I know what's going on over there. It's in both cities, Inglewood Cliffs and the Palisades area is very rich cities, very rich towns. Probably two of the most richest areas between that area on the East Coast, Alpine and all of that. And then you got the other side, all the West Coast towns, that's Malibu and all that over there, all expensive, Hollywood Hills and all of that, very expensive. So now there's money plays going on both sides where they're going to transform the money digitally, but they have to do this spiritually first. So the spirituality comes into the plays of the Pope open up the doors, the Game of the Thrones mythology that people love, where they place their energy the fire that they burning on one side, the ice on the other, and then you got the Pope opening the doors, loosening and binding the demons. People celebrating Christmas all through this time, celebrating the Lord and all of that. The Lord gives the keys to this. People give the burnt offerings, and then what? Dracarys, they burn the shit down. You know what I'm saying? So this is the plays that they run it, and they're getting very bold with their plays, but they're using people as their pawns. So when you giving your energy up for whatever these holidays are, just know you're giving up for some shit that's using you as cannon fodder. The kings and queens don't care about the people. So these days, they just use the people as bargaining chips. So do you want to be a bargaining chip, or do you want to tap into your level of spiritual sovereignty and see what's going on? Real Radio, Fire and Ice, and Dracarys. Let me play what's the name one more time? Cause you gotta hear Daenerys when she comes with this. When Daenerys come with this, man, yo, get out the way, man. Listen. Real Radio.